Good morning.
Hey everybody. Today we're going to be talking about
Jealousy. Hate jealousy.
Welcome to another edition of BEDHEAD Diaries.
Every time you do that voice, I think we're gonna some wrestlers are gonna come out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about jealousy. This
Yes.
is a
And
question.
this is Heather. This is David.
We know who we are.
Do you?
I'm saying. Got this from a viewer. Jealousy. What do I do? I'm jealous, and
Why am I so jealous?
Jealousy's rough. It's a primal urge. Our definition of jealousy was great when we came up with it this morning.
Our
definition of jealousy
is the fear
that somebody else is going to get the attention that you deserve,
the attention and love
that you think you need,
that you feel like you need from outside of you.
From outside of you. It's a primal urge, like that person's getting all the attention and all the love in this moment. That means I'm not going to get any.
They're getting the spotlight, which means there's no spotlight for me.
And it's a lack mentality, which means that you feel like there's not enough love
To
or
go
abundance
around.
or attention to go around.
Which also means that if you're giving this power of the attention outside of you to every experience and person outside of you, then you don't know how to hunt. So jealousy is a false belief.
It's a false belief. Like we said, it's a lack mentality. It's a fear that there's not enough abundance or there's not enough of this stuff to go around, not enough love and attention and food and fuel and all of that stuff to go around, and you feel like you're going to be left out in the cold starving. When the truth is, everybody
Has enough.
and everybody has something special to show the world. Everybody's unique, but you have a belief that that's not true.
And that belief is what is holding you hostage. There we go again. You are your own hostage.
So in this case, you're not
Which
held
means-
hostage by an emotional terrorist.
You're being held by yourself.
You're being held hostage by yourself. You are the emotional terrorist
Stop it!
that is holding yourself hostage by being jealous.
So set yourself free. Don't be a terrorist to yourself. Set your hostage free. You don't need the ransom. You've already got enough.
You think that you need this person to give you all of the attention and the love, but that does nothing but feed your ego, which your ego is already bruised.
Right.
Because you're jealous.
So give your hostage a hug.
You're jealous. Your ego is going crazy right now.
On autopilot self-defense.
Your false ego, not your
Right.
good, healthy ego, is going crazy because this other person is now a threat. They're taking away your love. They're taking away what you think you deserve. But let's talk about where this behavior starts. Because you can't just be in the middle of jealousy and stop being jealous.
Nope.
Unless you know why you're
gotta
really jealous.
Right. You got to go back and you got to look at where you thought that love and that attention and that food and fuel, because love is a fuel, love is a food,
Why you feel you're not going to get enough.
where it actually got taken away or where you believe it got taken away.
Because that belief is already there by the time you get jealous. By the time you get to school
Right.
and you're jealous of Susie because Bobby's giving her more attention.
Or because she got picked for whatever
For the
group.
team first, or whatever it is, or she got to, be
I've always
teacher's
been jealous
pet.
of Susie.
Right? So Susie's an attention whore.
Or a good friend.
Oh, okay.
Susie, we're not talking about you.
So by the time that you get, we know it's
We're talking
Susie.
about the other
We're not
Susie.
talking about the Susie that we know, that we're going to have drinks
least-
with later.
At least one.
Susie. We know lots of Susies.
Yes, but that Susie,
But not you,
We're not
Susie.
talking-
We're talking about the hypothetical
we're talking about
Susie.
the other Susie.
If we could use a name that no one in the world had, we would.
Don't be jealous.
It's a
Don't be
hypothetical
jealous of
name.
the other Susie.
We're just trying to be way too PC here. So,
Yes.
okay. By the time you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
Yes.
That thing.
Great analogy.
By the time you are jealous of somebody and it just rears its ugly head and you're like, "Arr,"
You're already lacking.
you're already steeped in that lack mentality, and that lack mentality program is already in your mind.
Which means you haven't had enough water.
It's already on autopilot.
Drink more water.
It's already
Jealousy
on
will go away
So where does this false belief start?
without water.
It's just kind of
If you drink more water, you won't be jealous.
I know it's cliche. No, that was an analogy, David. That wasn't the actual cure. The actual cure
is
for jealousy is not water.
The actual cure for jealousy is your own love.
Yeah.
Why?
That's fun.
So let's talk about your kid self for a minute.
You know, it's funny, and it seems so trite and cliche and whatever, but we're going to go to childhood. The program for jealousy
Gets instilled
in childhood.
It does. Every issue that you've got, most of them stem from issues in childhood.
Most of them have roots. Issues that don't stem from childhood.
So if you were out in the savannah, just minding your own business, you know, walking down the savannah, doing whatever, and you got mauled by a lion, that would be a trauma that didn't start in childhood. Don't walk in the savannah by yourself. You might be food.
Chances are, sometime when you were a child, you felt like you weren't getting the attention and the love you needed from a parent. Or let's say a step-parent came in, and all of a sudden your primary parent's attention was diverted by that step-parent.
That child is under the belief, depending on the age, under the belief that that love and that attention, that food and fuel for the child
is limited.
Because it's being diverted from you to somebody else.
Especially if you've got a situation where there's a divorce, both parents get new partners, and now you've got mommy and daddy
all giving their attention to somebody else.
And you're like going from house to house feeling like, I'm not getting enough. Right. It might be a false perception.
But that belief comes from that primal self, that part inside of you that is not getting enough, because if you're not getting enough love, that means as a child, you're not getting enough food, you're not getting enough water, you're not getting enough attention, you're not getting clothes put on you. It's a fear. It's not a real fear. It's not the actuality of what's necessarily happening.
So there's a lot of ways that this can happen when you're a child. This is one example. It might be that your parents are doing their very best to give you all the love that they possibly can when they're trying to rebuild their lives.
Right.
It's just hard for a child to wrap their head around because they've just known that they had mommy and daddy for a while and were getting enough attention. Are not
giving me the attention that I need.
So even in the best situation when parents split up and they get new partners, it's still difficult for the child. So in a situation when you're emotionally not getting what you need, and there's that situation,
that program gets instilled.
It's even harder because your parents aren't there teaching you how to give the love to yourself.
Right. And this doesn't matter if it's a partner or if your parents have to go to work and that becomes the new thing that gets all the attention. It doesn't matter where the attention is being diverted to. It's just from that from that primal mentality, you're just not receiving what you believe you need.
Right, and that is true. That can happen when children have both parents that work and they're left alone a lot, and the parents are still doing their best. So there's all sorts.
Anytime that you believe that you are in the lack of love, lack of attention, it's going to trigger that part.
So it could be from feeling abandoned when you're a child and all sorts of different things. So take a look if you're feeling the jealousy monster pop up.
Jealousy monster.
The jealousy monster. Look at those times in your childhood when you were left alone to fend for yourself, when you felt like you didn't get enough love. It can be parents that stay together, but then baby sister or baby brother comes along.
Now they get the attention.
They get the attention, and you may be going through a difficult time that you're not getting, especially if you were the first child. I'm not getting enough attention. When my daughter was born, she was second. My son, who was 3 at the time, started having a little meltdown and acting out because now baby sister was getting all the attention.
Out.
He was really excited for her to come, but then when she finally came, he was like, oh,
wait,
I'm not number one anymore.
What happened to all that time that you spent with me?
And he started climbing the walls and was, doing all sorts of stuff. And I was like, okay.
Was he literally climbing the walls?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Christian.
That's why he climbs.
He was like standing on his head and like climbing. Literally, he was climbing the walls. He was
look at me, look at me, look at me.
He was trying to do extreme sports with the furniture. That's what was happening. And he's like this big. So I took him out to his favorite restaurant and spent some extra one-on-one time with him and made sure that he knew that he was just as important as his sister.
To alleviate the fear.
Kids don't always get that. And even
Right.
sometimes when they do,
It may not be enough in their mind.
so as a parent, this is one way with your children, you can help them alleviate future problems
Jealousy.
with jealousies if they feel like they've got enough love from both parents.
Right.
Or if you're a single mom or single dad, if they get enough love in general, enough love that they can teach themselves how to give themselves the love.
Right.
That's the most important factor, is to instill in the child
The
that,
ability to receive and create their own love.
and that is really stems from letting that child know that they're enough.
That they are important. That they are, where's the cup?
Awesome sauce.
That is why we chose this cup today.
Well, there's more than one reason.
There's more than one reason.
There's more. There's probably two reasons.
Or more. Because there's an abundance of reasons. Just like there's an abundance of love. If you know where to hunt for it.
So yeah, letting as a parent, that's a strategy. If you're a parent,
Teach your children.
Teach them that they're enough. Teach them. Notice when they're craving your attention and they're acting out. Don't punish them for it.
Don't punish them for it. Guide them.
Guide them and see what they're lacking and what they feel they're lacking, because that's the first signs of jealous behavior, when they're
Right.
acting out. When
Attention-seeking behavior comes from fear.
It's from fear. Well, jealousy is a fear.
And jealousy is also attention-seeking behavior.
So take your child and show them that they're enough.
Teach one, reach one.
Ooh.
I didn't make that up.
Teach one, reach many.
Yes.
I'm going to go more Yoda. I'm going to Yoda it up.
Many one.
I
teach
just
one, do
upped
you?
the Yoda factor.
Mhm.
Did you see that?
Yep.
That's my Yoda couple training
Yes.
moment.
So Yoda couple, when you get old, it doesn't start there.
So if you are the child
If you're a kid, and we all are,
and you're looking back and you haven't received the attention,
or believe that you've
or
received.
believe that you've received the attention as a child, you can see back in your childhood where you didn't receive enough love, felt you didn't receive enough love, felt abandoned or rejected.
Create a storyline in your mind that gives that child the love.
Be your own parent and go back and love that child. Do what it is for yourself that you would have loved someone to do for you. And that's how you learn to
Right.
self-love, is to do for yourself what you're like, I wish they would do it for me. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's still the child self crying out for attention.
Right. And one of the greatest ways is to reprogram your mind by going back to those moments. The human mind doesn't know if it's an actual event as you're creating these stories in your mind to give yourself what you need. The human mind itself doesn't necessarily, it doesn't care if it's an actual event, this is actually happening, or if you're making it up in your mind. It will give you the same results as if you got everything that you needed, because the human mind is looking for that completion, looking to receive everything that it hopes that it was looking for. So by giving that, you fulfill that part in your mind that's still looking for it.
You know, I hear a lot of people and use the word whining because it's a strong word. But I really want someone else to do that for me. I would do it for myself, but I really want somebody else to. They're craving.
Stop your whining.
Well, they're craving that somebody else to buy me flowers, somebody else to take me to dinner, somebody
I
else
need.
to do I need. And that's just the child self crying out for the parent to show them attention and love. You're an adult now. Don't expect anybody to do that for you until you can do it for yourself.
And as cliche as that sounds, it holds water.
Once you can start doing that for yourself and giving yourself the love, taking yourself to dinner, doing out, then you can call in the relationship
that
matches that, where it's reciprocal.
Right.
Then people will start showing up that do that for you.
Yes.
But if you're whining for somebody to do that for you, then you'll feel better about yourself. You're going to wait a long time.
And even if they did, it's never going to be enough for you.
Right, because your well is never going to be full, because you're going to need.
Yep. You're going to be walking around with a bucket that has holes in it.
And then you're going to be jealous because why did they pick her instead of me?
Because there's a hole in the bucket, Delilah.
Because you're whining, that's why.
Quit
They're
your whining.
picking you because you're whining. You're just whining and nobody wants a whiner.
Unless you're going out to dinner and the wine happens to complement the food.
And it's really good. I have experienced a lot of jealousy in my life.
I think everybody has at some point or another.
And I don't I don't like the feeling. I didn't like.
Nobody likes the feeling.
Nobody likes the feeling, but I remember experiencing it first in school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's where people first experience it. Like, so and so gets picked for the team first, or
How come not me?
how come
How
not
come I didn't get
me,
it?
and why didn't I get to get that, whatever it is.
What, nobody
or
likes me?
it happens in work and relationships and so
How
and
come
so.
they got the promotion and I didn't?
Or that girl or that guy's getting the attention and I'm not getting the attention.
That girl's getting all the love and I'm getting nothing.
Again, it goes back to you feeling like you're not enough and that you're never going to get a turn.
Right. And she is getting all of the guys and I'm not getting any of the guys.
I'm sorry, David. Not getting any of the guys.
It's okay. I want the girls anyway.
And no, you don't.
I want this girl.
I'm not even jealous. I'm just telling you that's not going to happen.
And that is confidence.
That was not jealousy, what you just witnessed. That was like, no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. That's not what you really want.
That's not what you want.
These are not the men you're looking for.
Again. Is he or isn't he?
Oh, I am confident. Confident that I know what I want.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we just went into our
Wouldn't
social
it
life?
be nice to get together?
Wouldn't it be nice if we started school with the attitude that we were celebrating each other right from the get-go, right from kindergarten? We go to school and so
Got
makes
picked
the
for the
home
team.
run, picks for the
Right.
team, gets to.
Hey, right on for you. You are awesome sauce.
Wouldn't it be great if we all could celebrate that person and hold them up because we know that we're going to have our turn?
Absolutely. That's the difference is the fear mentality comes in that says I'm not going to get enough because there's not enough to go around. The abundant mentality, the belief and awareness that there is plenty to go around leads you to lifting other people up.
And when you lift other people up, you don't realize how much you're lifting yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you this from being a coach, because our primary job is to lift other people up and to show other people that they are a rock star.
That they are freaking amazing. They are awesome sauce.
Because everybody is a rock star in their own right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, the only difference between a rock star and a normal person is the rock star has seen their value and made that value larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has that within them. Whatever your special spice is, whatever your awesome sauce is.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Warhol said that everybody gets 15 minutes of fame.
And the reality is your entire life is your own fame if you choose it.
And he really was saying, see what you have.
Be yourself.
See what you are and make that larger than life. And if anybody did that, Andy Warhol did that. He's like, here's a soup can, I'm going to paint it and make it a billboard.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, now you're going to pay millions of dollars for this in a museum. He just took what he did and he started off as a graphic designer. And that's why he started painting soup cans, because it was an advertising thing. And he was like, ooh, this is my stuff. I can make something out of nothing. And he did.
Yep.
How do you know when you've reached the point where you're truly celebrating other people's success? And let me tell you,
feel it.
that place is amazing. When you
awesome
truly,
sauce.
they're succeeding and you feel amazing that they're succeeding.
Authentically, genuinely, without fear, without insecurity, without jealousy.
When you know you still have a little bit of the jealousy monster is when somebody says, I got the job, or I got, or Joe and I finally got together, and you say, oh, that's so nice for you.
And you know what we're talking about with that particular phrase or anything like it.
How nice for you. That's so
That's
great.
so great.
That little monster, when you're like, how nice for you,
Monster.
that's passive aggressive
Behavior. Which comes from fear.
You're trying your best to show
happiness for someone.
that you're happy for somebody, but deep inside you're like, you can feel it when you say it.
How come I didn't get it?
Like,
Why not me?
Self-pity's ugly.
I'm still pretty, but self-pity is ugly. They don't like me.
So when you feel that nasty behavior popping up, or you feel like you've gotten to the point.
Monster.
This is what happens. People usually get to the point where they feel like, I'm there, I'm involved, I'm not jealous, and somebody will catch them off guard and they'll find themselves saying, how nice for you. And they'll be like, oh, I'll feel it. then you know you still got a trigger to work on.
So you work on the button. Something or someone pushes your buttons, work on the button.
You go back and you find it where you still feel a lack.
And that becomes an opportunity for you. Anytime that you're experiencing that lack, that down mentality, that passive-aggressive behavior, look at it as an opportunity. Okay, I got some more stuff to work on.
Let's go kind of wrap this up with, we're going to talk about hunting.
Bum, 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 bum.
I
don't know why bum, 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 bum. But...
yeah, I don't know either. It's we need a good hunting
bum,
song.
bum, bum, bum.
Okay, it boils down to, because we're talking about jealousy as a primal reaction.
An urge.
Right. You haven't properly learned how to hunt and gather for yourself.
Nobody taught you.
In that case, you need to take a step back and go, where am I not able to get this for myself?
And you have to be that primal animal and go out into the world and hunt for yourself to create ways to receive love from everything around you. Love is all around.
It is limitless if you just look around you. Very often we believe that there's not enough love, there's not enough of this particular person. Like, this is the only person, this is the only job,
this is the only animal that will ever feed me.
It's because we're only looking like this.
Yes. The reality is, love is in the air. And if love is in the air, all you have to do is breathe it in. That too.
See that there's more things and people out there than just this one person that you're focused on or one opportunity.
Expand your horizon. Expand your view.
Let me put it this way. Opportunities are not limited by the opportunities that you believe you see.
Opportunities are limited by your perception.
You create opportunities
if you choose.
You create limitless opportunities by using your imagination and your brain and your perception.
Creating ways to feed yourself the fuel you need in every situation. Because every situation is an opportunity for you to experience love if you have the eyes to see it. Check out below in the description. We've got some products for you that will give you some more learning if you're looking for it, some more expansion.
Always check our links because from now on we're going to start
putting some informational products down there.
Yeah, because a lot of people have asked us, we want to expand, you have more products to go with this. Always check the description.
Check the description
below.
Check
the description, see
for
what
some
we have.
additional stuff that will help you even more.
And check back because we may add stuff.
In a range of prices that are good for everybody.
Right. So we want to make these things accessible for people that want to expand and do some more self-work.
Right.
So.
And if, again, there's any topic that you want to see, let us know.
Unconditional love of self.
Yes.
And other people. Because if you truly have unconditional love for someone else, you're going to not go, how nice for you.
No, you're going to go, no, really, how nice for you. I'm so excited for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that you got that promotion.
So excited.
I'm so glad that you got that guy
mm-hmm.
that you're married to.
That you're happy.
That's your favorite.
That you're happy. Instead of going, I'm not happy.
No, I'm really excited that you're married to that guy.
Well, because you're...
Oh, that's me. I'm so excited that you picked me.
Anyway.
So, comment below what you like the most, what you want to see next, because we want you to tell us what you want us to tell you.
We are off to our wonderful, beautiful, amazing day.
And you are beautiful.
You are.
Remember that you are a rock star in your own right. Go out and shine. You don't need anybody else to give you anything.
Love yourself.
And all of that love that you get from other people and attention, that's just bonus in your world. Know that you are the rock star.
You are number one.
You are number one. So shine and celebrate other people.
Shine bright, superstar.
Shine brightly and enjoy life and celebrate other people and work towards getting rid of that jealousy monster that might be hanging out.
Make friends with your monster so it's no longer a monster. There you go.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Make it your most authentic and genuine. Love yourself.